skies out there. And as we head through the afternoon, plenty of sun as well. I do want to show you how windy it has been. So through the overnight hours, we've had some winds gusting up to 35 miles per hour in Bellingham, 31 at Madison Middle School in Seattle, 27 mile per hour wind gusts at Port Orchard. We are going to see the winds ease. That'll be a good thing as we head through the rest of today, and we'll talk about what you can expect for the rest of the weekend as well. Some changes are coming, slight changes, but we'll talk about that coming up.
Okay, thanks, Mary. Stay with us. We'll be back with much more in our next hour.
Right now at 7, watch out for I-90. There's some major road work that could get in your way this weekend.
Plus, the FBI is hunting for vandals who attacked a temple in Kent.
And Homeland Security avoids a shutdown, but it's not going to last very long.
You're watching King 5 News.
Good morning. I'm Natasha Ryan.
And I'm Meg Coyle. Great to have you starting off your weekend with us. It's a couple minutes after 7 o'clock. And if you haven't looked outside yet, it's pretty.
Yeah. Beautiful
Speaking
sunsets.
of pretty, look at that.
Look at that
pretty.
little Vanna White
pretty
over there.
Pretty weather lady.
Oh, love you, love you. All right, well, we are starting off the day. Oh, I love those ladies. Okay, with clear skies. So just fantastic to start off your weekend. A live look with the Queen and Seattle Tower camera. Now, the camera's shaking a little bit in the wind, so breezy conditions, even gusty conditions across the northwest interior and the Cascade foothills. We are going to see the winds ease as we head through the rest of the morning. So we'll see high temperatures, low to mid 50s, mostly sunny, northerly winds about 10 to 15 as we head through the afternoon with mostly sunny skies. Enjoy it. We'll talk about what you can expect tomorrow. A little bit of change, but we'll have that coming up. Back to you.
Okay, look forward to that, Mayor. Thank you.
Sure.
All right, new this morning, one man is in critical condition after a fire in West Seattle. That fire broke out just after 3 this morning at a house on the 4400 block of 44th Avenue Southwest. So far, no word yet on what caused that fire.
A live look now at the I-90 floating bridge this morning. There's some major road work causing trouble for drivers this weekend. WashDOT is detouring eastbound drivers onto the express lanes, and that detour will last until 5 o'clock Monday morning. It's all part of a project to add express lanes and eventually light rail. The ramp from Rainier Avenue South, that is also closed.
This morning, the FBI and Kent police are investigating a possible hate crime at a Hindu temple. Members who came to worship last night were greeted by shards of broken glass after vandals targeted the building. King 5 counted 7 broken windows and graffiti on temple walls. Well, 2 weeks before the Pac-12 tourney tips off at the MGM Grand in Vegas, the resort is dealing with a measles outbreak. Nevada health authorities say 3 people contracted the measles from an employee at Emerald Lagasse's restaurant at the hotel. No word on what precautions MGM has put in place for hotel guests, but the health department says it's mostly concerned about the people who have already interacted with the patients who got infected.
In Washington, D.C., a crisis there averted, at least temporarily overnight, because just hours before the Department of Homeland Security would run out of money in a fight over immigration, Congress agreed to fund DHS, but just for a week. The late-night vote avoids furloughs for 30,000 DHS workers, while essential employees, like those of the TSA and the Coast Guard, will get a paycheck. Republicans have opposed voting for a longer funding package unless it also ends the presidential executive order on immigration.
You can't keep bypassing the Constitution and bypassing Congress.
And now Republican leaders who control Congress have to find a way to weaken the Obama immigration order and still satisfy conservatives without affecting Homeland Security.
The city of Seattle asking the State Liquor Control Board for an emergency suspension of a University District nightclub. 2 teens, one 15, one 16, both were shot outside the Fusion Ultra Lounge Club last weekend. The same management team behind Fusion also operated Citrus in South Lake Union, connected to 3 shootings and 4 assaults before being declared a chronic nuisance in 2013. The city says Fusion has also had health violations and other problems.
When, the club closes, we talked to some of these patrol officers, and they've already told me stories about the streets flooding with people, the lack of crowd control, and then, that's leading to lots of arguments outside, those things that the officers are responding to, and those arguments are turning into shootings.
Until the Liquor Control Board can respond, Fusion can still operate. Not clear when the state will make a decision. Fusion's management declined to be interviewed.
Needles, drugs, stolen credit cards, they are all in Bremerton police custody this morning. K5's Allison Morrow shows us why they say strangers likely supported this criminal activity without even knowing it.
If you've driven anywhere around the Puget Sound, you've likely seen a sign like this, anything helps. But the people who do a lot of the helping around here tell us that not anything always does.
It was very vile. They got
Back in this wooded area,
don't reach high though, pal. You got concertina wire up here.
Bremerton police say life wasn't just
There was a
desperate.
structure built here through cut down trees.
It was criminal.
Typically the people we're seeing that live in these conditions aren't your homeless people, they're your criminal vagrants.
These chopped cherry trees stood as a lean-to hut until police tore them down today. They collected 30 bags of trash, including needles, syringes, but also stolen debit cards, bicycles, signs of identity theft, and burglary.
What you have here is criminal vagrancy, people that are living off the grid to commit crimes against the community.
Activity anyone can support without even knowing it on most street corners in the Puget Sound.
Sometimes if you give out money on the street, you're encouraging drug addiction, alcohol addiction. How many of you finished your
Major
quizzes?
Jim Baker is an officer with the Salvation Army. This is a monthly community dinner, just one of thousands of free meals they serve each month.
We average 178 a day.
It's why he and the police recommend social services.
So the people that you're dealing with typically on the side of the street with the signs trying to get money, they're trying to support their habits.
I don't know what that is.
Police aren't sure this bag is soggy leftovers or rained on powdered drugs, but say it's easy to hurt with money, even if it's intended to help.
A lot of people actually carry around bags of food with them and are prepared to hand them right out the window.
And that's what Marcus does.
Something we all should do.
He often buys food for those in need or offers his own. Give him money. But also does give money, saying he's paying it forward, even if police say it may mean taking a step back.
Somewhere in the long run, somebody's going to help me get somewhere bigger than what I am now.
And this is a list of all the free meals in Kitsap County. That's another option. Carry something like this with you, and when somebody asks for help, be ready to hand it over. In Bremerton, Allison Morrow, King 5 News.
Bremerton police plan to investigate the stolen bicycles and credit cards they found and hope to file charges if possible.
Coming up, they were the state's dream team when it came to bear control.
But now the officer and his dog, they're giving up the chase.
A beautiful sunrise with our Friday harbor camera. You can see clear skies as we start off the day. Chilly though, gusty winds. We'll talk about when we'll see the winds ease. That's all coming up.
Remember that New Year's resolution to get healthy? Well, if extra pounds and poor eating habits are still an issue.
All right, 7:12 here on King 5 Morning News. We're just going to keep giving you these beautiful sunshine shots peeking through.
Very nice start to our weekend.
It is.
Yeah.
Way to kick it off there.
Love it.
All right, how about this story? This is another great way to kick it off. Together, a man and his dog have chased, captured, and released dozens of problem bears.
They are the state fish and wildlife departments.
Sorry about that.
Mary's snacking. Okay.
Bear Dream Team, and now, as environmental specialist Gary Chittum reports, they are together giving up the chase.
Mishka is ready to go after bear. But Mishka's best bear days are behind her. And now she and her partner, Fish and Wildlife Enforcement Officer Bruce Richards, are ready to retire.
We've saved a lot of bear. We've saved a bunch of mountain lion. We've saved orphan bear and cougar.
And one of the best ways they've found to save bears is to scare the heck out of them. It's called a hard release, tough love for problem bears that they've captured, then in a hail of beanbags and Mishka,
Dog.
released back into the wild.
About to school.
But when these two are not making life miserable for a bear, they're teaching children how to keep bears alive.
Holy moly!
Today, they're in the mountain community of Index. But Richards and Mishka visit classrooms and fire stations all over the state, showing children that if they really do like bears, they need to keep them away.
Fine, and maybe a little bird seed down there. There's bird seed. He's got down in there. He's down in here. Maybe a Diet Coke.
He tells the kids to teach their parents to secure their trash cans and give bears no reason to come into town.
Let's see if we're gonna catch you.
Richards hopes he and Mishka, in their final classroom appearance, have shared their love for bears and for each other. Mishka was the department's first Karelian bear dog. Her successes have led to more donations and more dogs, and now she and her partner can look back on what they've accomplished.
Game wardens using these dogs, these are the first ones to save wildlife. And for that, I'm incredibly proud.
In Index,
And I'm gonna tear up.
Gary Chittum, King 5 News.
That's a sweet
very
story.
sweet story.
Yes.
My sister has one of those dogs, and that dog is the most loyal little being you've ever met. So it's really sweet to hear.
Should we explain this debacle that just went on about a minute and a half ago?
Well, so Natasha and I are trying to read the introduction to Gary
Trying to
Chittum's
do our
piece.
job.
And over here, Snacky McSnackerton's got this big...
It's delicious. I'm
reaching her hand in
Crackle,
there.
crackle, crackle. Crunch, crunch.
Pop, pop.
She sits about, a foot away from me. I couldn't help it.
I thought I got in the shot.
Couldn't wait till...
I'll have some salted caramel popcorn
Poor
for
little Mary
breakfast.
just gets so hungry.
Oh my
She
gosh.
just gets so hungry.
Had the coffee, had the snacks, ready to go.
Just sent me over the edge. Sent me over the edge.
I can't blame you.
No.
If I had been sitting there, I would have
Right.
done the same.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have maybe waited. It was funny. Just because this
No,
early in the morning.
I would have had your reaction.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
you would've-
Yeah, I would have been in hysterics.
I thought you meant you would have been snacking.
No.
Okay.
And then I was wondering if this even just got in your shot too.
I mean,
That's what I
A little
thought.
bit.
Yeah,
Might have a
yeah,
little
I think
bit.
it did.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, my hand is in, and I'm like, I want to eat this. But I'll wait.
But you have to do weather.
You
Yes.
kind of have to. You have to talk
I
right
have to
now.
do my
Go
job.
ahead.
So sorry. Delicious, right? Tasty. Okay. We are
Fine.
at a really nice day with sunny skies with our SeaTac Tower camera. And here is a live look with our SeaTac Tower camera of our beautiful blue skies as we start off the day. And it is chilly this morning. We are noticing temperatures down to the 30s in some spots. Now at SeaTac, low 40s. And we're looking at some breezy conditions, northerly winds about 13. So as we head through the day, starting off, especially across the northwest interior Cascade foothills, it is a little gusty this morning. We're going to continue to see those winds ease as we head through the rest of the morning and especially into the afternoon. So we had that area of low pressure that brought us the rain yesterday. That'll continue to push to the south and away from us. High pressure building back in, and that means enjoy the sunshine. High temperatures low to mid 50s in the afternoon. And we are looking at, again, the winds easing and relaxing for us. So along the coast, small craft advisory in effect, about 25 mile per hour winds there, up to 15 to 30 through the Strait, up to 30 over the San Juans, and again, northwest interior. Still noticing some windy conditions there. And then for the Puget Sound area, up to 25, and Cascade foothills, 15 to 35. So as we head through the day, we're looking at just northerly winds about 10 to 15. So here's a quick check as Snoqualmie passed. No restrictions out there, clear skies. We are looking at that mountains forecast. It was nice to even get a little bit of snow, but now we're back to high pressure, partly to mostly sunny skies. That freezing level, 3,000 to 4,000 feet. So by noon, 50, mostly sunny, and then by 4 p.m., a daytime high of 53 with plenty of sunshine and northerly winds about 10 to 15. Here's the extended forecast, low to mid 50s for today. For tomorrow, increasing clouds, and we could possibly see some showers Sunday night along the coast, and a few showers and some sun breaks for Monday, but you can see those highs down to the upper 40s Monday, Tuesday, and for Wednesday there. So actually below normal for this time of year, down to the upper 40s for Monday through Wednesday, back to the low 50s with increasing clouds, and then the chance of showers on Friday. It's looking pretty good for the weekend.
Yeah, and we still don't have a lot of snow in the mountains. We got a little bit.
We got just a little bit, and we'll take anything we can get, but maybe an inch or two on Monday, but then back to high pressure and dry weather. So.
All right. Thanks, Mayor.
Sure.
All right. Well, when veterans come home from war, sometimes it's really hard to adapt.
Yes, how a special gift gave this wounded service member the chance to rekindle his love for nature.
Up also be coming up in sports. We'll head down to Peoria and hear from one of the new faces on the Mariners as we talk right field competition. Plus, and check into some high school hoops last night. Everybody's playing for the woodshed. Highlights coming up in sports.
Well, as veterans from the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan continue to come home, one charity wants to remind everyone these veterans need our help now more than ever. They recently gave a wounded vet a special gift so he can rediscover his passion for the outdoors. Gene Anderson has the story.
Michael Fox's new ride comes with plenty of power and a joystick.
Little joystick's all it needs.
For him, it's more than just a way to get around.
It got me out and it changed my life.
This is not your average electric wheelchair. It's an action track chair equipped with a gun rack and a fishing pole holder. It will give him access to something that kept him going after he lost his legs 4 years ago while serving in Afghanistan.
Therapy hunts, fishing trips. That was actually one of the first things I did after I was injured, and really opened up my eyes to see what I could still do and not what I was limited to.
Prosthetic legs don't work where he wants to go.
The uneven terrain, rocks, slippery slopes, mud, it all presents a huge problem. Just like on my property, I can walk through the mud, but it tries to pull my sockets off my legs.
Making his outdoor life easier, Freedom Alliance, a charity that supports wounded troops.
Being on a lake fishing, being in the woods hunting, for this generation of veterans, that is to them what the VFW halls were to previous generations of veterans.
Fox is the 6th veteran to get a custom-made track chair. More are on the way.
I know what this is going to do for me, and I can appreciate what it's going to do for other veterans as well.
A new tool
We need a backup camera.
that will keep Corporal Fox and his fiancée Erica on the right track.
A cooler mount, and I'll be good.
Freedom Alliance relies on donations to assist wounded troops and their families. I'm Gene Anderson, King 5 Health Link, linking you to better health.
Now, in addition to outdoor therapy, Freedom Alliance also makes care packages and offers scholarships.
The Mariners battle for right field in a big night of high school hoops in Tacoma. Here's Paul Sylvie with your Saturday morning sports.
Regional playoffs last night. Lincoln taking on Seattle Prep. Javante Anderson with a strong drive for the Ames. He scores 16. It's a common number in this game. Colin Belt showing his range. Belt, Aaron Nettles, Jonan Brooks, each with 16.
I'll break it here.
Also with, I'm Paul Sylvie.
We have a lot more ahead in our next half hour, including 2 new proposals going to Olympia next week, thanks to a King 5 investigation.
We'll tell you about the changes that would prevent convicted teachers from collecting millions of taxpayer dollars.
And the elephants at the Woodland Park Zoo will soon have a new home. We're going to tell you where they're headed.
You're watching King 5 News.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Meg Coyle.
And I'm Natasha Ryan, and over there, hi, Mary.
Hi.
You know who this is.
We know who it is.
Boy, what a beautiful
morning.
Love it with all of that sunshine. It's chilly though, and also breezy, but enjoy the sun. Here's a live look with our Queen Anne Seattle Tower camera. Now at SeaTac, it is 38, but with the northerly winds at 10, the wind chiller feels like temperature 31. So if you're heading outside, definitely bundle up. It is a cold start to the day. And as we head through the afternoon, low to mid 50s, plenty of sunshine, northerly winds about 10 to 15. So we are going to see the winds ease. We've seen some gusty conditions, especially up across the northwest interior. We're going to see those winds relax, especially as we head through the afternoon. So we'll talk more about what you can expect tomorrow. A little bit of change. We'll talk about that coming up.
Okay, Mary, thank you.
Sure.
A state lawmaker wants to introduce 2 bills next week after a King 5 investigation uncovered taxpayers spending millions of dollars on convicted teachers' retirements. Our investigation found that teachers who had committed sex crimes against children were receiving pensions above and beyond what they had contributed into their own retirements, interest included. At least 25 other states have laws that require public employees convicted of a crime to forfeit at least some aspect of their taxpayer-backed pensions. Right now, Washington is not one of them. But because of our report, Senator Barbara Bailey plans to propose 2 separate pension forfeiture bills next week. In a statement, she says, quote, "I'm engaged with the Attorney General's office and other stakeholders, and I think we've found a workable solution that responds to the concerns of taxpayers."
Okay, a reminder, Metro bus fares going up tomorrow. Fares will rise 25 cents to $1.75 per trip. Prices will go up on student passes, business choice riders, and people who use the Access service, all going to see an increase. However, riding will cost less for people with limited incomes. The new Orca Lift reduced fare program also kicks off tomorrow.
Concerned cyclists and pedestrians say they aren't using the Ballard Bridge anymore because it is just too dangerous. They posted a video to YouTube highlighting their safety concerns. It's already been viewed about 10,000 times. And among the viewers, Seattle Mayor Ed Murray and city transportation officials.
I wouldn't say a harrowing experience, but it was definitely something where we were very alert and we were going single file.
There are so many people who have had bad experiences that it truly should stand out as one of the top priorities.
Last year, the city studied ways to improve pedestrian safety along the bridge, and they were all pretty costly. SDOT says they don't have the funding to make improvements to the bridge right now, but it is something that they are constantly looking at.
Well, there could soon be a new player in Washington's marijuana industry. 50 Native American tribes from all over the country met yesterday in Tulalip. They are now considering jumping into the pot business. But if tribes did open retail pot shops, it doesn't necessarily mean their pot would be cheaper than other shops. The State Liquor Control Board says they may have to collect taxes on the pot from tribes as well. Still, existing pot shops worry tribal shops could hurt them.
If we got competition from the Indian tribes, Native American tribes, I really don't think that it'll probably be game over for us. You really don't know.
We don't know what that opportunity looks like yet. It may be good, it may not be good.
Tribal members at the conference say they don't plan on making any decisions for a while.
The Woodland Park Zoo's elephants are moving to Oklahoma City. The zoo announced this afternoon that 48-year-old Bamboo and 36-year-old Chai will be moved to the Oklahoma City Zoo in late March or early April. The zoo there has nearly 3.5 acres divided into 3 yards. On social media, the Oklahoma City Zoo tweeted Chai and Bamboo will join the zoo's larger herd and become aunties.
Winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories remain in effect through tomorrow in parts of New Mexico. Icy roads have made travel very difficult for drivers. In Albuquerque, there were so many accidents last night, the police just stopped responding to non-injury accidents. No reports of any serious crashes, though, so that's good news. The storm system moving through the southwest is expected to move out by Wednesday. Well, this morning, Hollywood continues to mourn the loss of Spock.
Yeah, last night's touching tribute to Leonard Nimoy. We'll show that to you when we come back.
And a lovely view with our Friday harbor camera. Beautiful blue skies as we start off the day. We'll talk about what you can expect as we head through this afternoon and when we'll see some changes back in the forecast. We're talking about some mountain snow. We'll talk about that coming up.
Boy, am I hoping you're enjoying this because it was so much fun to do. And it was years ago, but that's the dream team. You guys were great. That's all I wanted to say. And I'm going to put this on YouTube, and I don't know whether to name it Dream Girls Dream Team or something. I want to make sure I don't. Never mind. Anyway, I hope you keep enjoying this. Hey, you guys were great.
Good morning. A live look now from the CenturyLink Events Center. I don't know, but it looks fun. Yeah. Where the Seattle Bike Show is underway. And our photographer, Doug Dillon, he's there getting a preview. Hi, Dougie.
Hey, guys. How you doing? We're with Kat's Suite of Sweet Lines. And, Kat, what are you doing today here at the bike show?
We are shredding some pump track today. You should come out and ride with us.
What is pump track for those who don't know?
Pump track is a really fun track that has rollers on it and banked wall turns. So there's a lot of technique involved in how to do it.
Can you give us an example or give us a show here? Yeah, go for it. How long you been doing this, Kat?
I have been riding mountain bikes since 1987. So long time. That's what I love to do. I'm a professional coach. And I jump bikes. That's kind of my specialty. Jumping the bicycles.
And so the person that comes out today, what are you going to teach them about pump track?
I I'm going to teach them how to pump the rollers to gain speed without pedaling. I'm going to teach them how to stick to a wall without sliding out, how to look ahead, and how to have fun.
What interests people with mountain biking? I mean, we live in a great outdoors area in Washington. What should they, what's a good thing for a beginner to know about?
They need to come to my classes and I'll give them the full lowdown. A lot of things like standing up on your pedals, having even weight on your feet whenever you're coasting, looking ahead, not reading the tread, and then always having a finger on the brake levers so you're ready for anything coming up on the trail.
Well, thanks a ton. How long will you be here? When can someone come?
Come on out. We're open from 11 to 5 every day.
Awesome. Thanks a ton. Appreciate you showing us Pump Track.
Heck yeah, you're welcome. Thanks.
All right, thanks, Debbie. I need that helmet.
That looks like a lot of work.
A lot of work, a lot of fun. You got to know what you're doing.
And I love the Hello Kitty hat.
Love it.
Love it.
Okay.
All right.
The lights dimmed last night at the landmark Chinese Theater in Hollywood in memory of Star Trek actor Leonard Nimoy. Today, Seattle's Experience Music Project is putting a tunic on display that Nimoy wore as Mr. Spock during the TV run of Star Trek. That tunic will remain on display throughout the weekend, and people can view it for free. Nimoy died yesterday at the age of 83. For years, he played Spock, and that contributed heavily to pop culture and gained a cult following.
Investigators found a dress stolen from the hotel room of actress Lupita Nyong'o, who wore it at the Oscars. An anonymous tip led authorities to the beaded dress. The dress was found in a second-floor bathroom at the hotel where the actress stayed for the awards show. Now investigators are reviewing surveillance video to try and figure out who stole that $150,000 gown.
For a lot of people, especially the people on this particular morning show, coffee is right here. It's essential to the morning routine. Cheers. Michael King takes us to a Northwest coffee roaster that's developed a cult following by keeping things small.
This Northwest coffee roaster has been around since 1992, and it has a secret.
Yeah, at Fidalgo Bay, we practice a reactive style of roasting, so we like to listen. We listen to the beans, and that's why they call us the bean whisperers.
What are they listening for as they roast their beans in small batches? This telltale noise.
So we're moving into the first crack.
Coffee beans crack when they heat up, and that's when a good roaster starts using his nose as well as his ears.
The beans want what they want. They want to be roasted a certain way, and so we listen. We listen to those beans. I think we hit this one just right.
What those beans are saying is, we make very tasty cups of coffee. PCC heard what these organic, shade-grown, fair trade coffee beans were saying back in 2008. Today, they're Fidalgo Bay's only retailer in the Puget Sound, selling about 3,000 to 4,000 pounds of beans a month.
PCC is a great partner. I'm a member of PCC. I shop at the Edmonds store, love PCC, and it's a really great fit for us as a company.
We're at 202. PCC chef Lynn Villa did a cupping with the company's president, David Evans.
Oh, that's really pretty.
This is how the pros experience the beans.
So the first thing to do is just take a little sip of each one.
The slurp?
Yep. This is everything your mother told you not to do.
Sometimes listening to the beans means making some noise yourself. Drawing in air brings out the flavors. The folks at this small roaster in the Skagit Valley clearly adore this humble bean and the brew that sustains us all.
The thing I love about coffee is that it is my favorite beverage. Coffee it's the most popular beverage after water.
And they're honored to wake us up to how good coffee can be.
It's just very personal to buy these beans, to grind them up at home and to make the coffee. Waking up is not always easy to do. And coffee helps.
Oh, we know coffee.
We know coffee. We couldn't function without our coffee.
I know, and our mugs are blank this morning because this one keeps forgetting the mug.
Took it home to wash it 2 weekends ago, and now I don't even know where it went.
And yet, strangely, this seems appropriate for me today. A little blank.
Well,
Right?
I'm gonna
A little
miss
bit.
you, Meg. I know.
I know this is my last weekend.
Tomorrow's the
on Pink
last
Pie.
day for these
Morning
mugs.
news. I
The
know
mugs
it's my
die
last
with
weekend.
Meg.
I'm taking another job and trying something new. It's very exciting for me, but it kills me.
They are lucky to get you,
Very
and we don't want to relinquish you.
No.
No.
But
I'm
we
in
love you.
denial
Celia.
right now.
I know.
can't believe this is the
I
last
keep
week.
brushing it off.
I know. I keep thinking I'll be here next week.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about it.
Yeah,
Like,
I can't. If I go into that, then it's a real.
but tomorrow is
biggest
going to be
mess on
all
TV.
about Meg.
We
It's
have
going to be
some great
such a
surprises,
fun
yes.
show, so don't miss that.
Yeah, this
She's
is
like,
a-
I don't know what's
A
going
little
on.
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be a nice.
You're going to love it, I promise.
We've been planning. Yes.
Okay.
Gotta make you
Wait
feel
to see
special.
what you've cooked up. A little afraid of it, but I'm excited.
Kristen's been hard at work behind
Yes.
the scenes, our producer.
Interesting.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
So.
All right.
Okay.
On to the weather.
Well, a beautiful sunny day
Yes.
today, and we had just a gorgeous sunrise, and now you can see plenty of sunshine on our SeaTac tower camera. Although it is cold, at SeaTac right now 38, so we have seen those temperatures drop. Northeasterly winds at 10, factoring in those northeasterly winds. The wind chill or feels like temperature 31, so definitely bundle up if you're heading outside this morning. We will see plenty of sun as we head through the afternoon with highs in the low to mid 50s, so right where we should be for this time of year. So we had that area of low pressure that brought the rain yesterday that continues to slide south and out of here, and then high pressure is building in for today. So we have with that sinking air, we'll see plenty of sun. And temperatures on our Futurecast temperature weather model here, we get exclusively from the University of Washington, low to mid 50s in the afternoon. So we are going to see the winds ease. We've seen some gusty winds, especially up across the northwest interior. Looking at about 10 to 25 along the coast with a small craft advisory in effect, 15 to 30 through the Strait, up to 30 over the San Juans, up to 25 over the Puget Sound area, and 15 to 35 over the Cascade foothills. And again, the winds will be relaxing as we head through the day. So here's a look at Snoqualmie Pass with some sun shining down on Snoqualmie Pass. No restrictions out there, and that mountains forecast partly to mostly sunny skies. Pass highs in the mid-30s to low 40s, at freezing level 3,000 to 4,000. So it was nice to get a little bit of snow the past couple of days. Back to high pressure, dry conditions over the mountains and mountain passes. We could see maybe an inch or two on Monday, and that's pretty much about it. I know we desperately need that mountain snow. By noon, 50 degrees, mostly sunny, and by 3 p.m. a daytime high of 53 with plenty of sun and northerly winds at 10 to 15. Here's the extended forecast. Low to mid 50s today. And then for tomorrow, increasing clouds, and then we could see some showers, especially along the coast, Sunday night. So showers and sunbreaks on Monday with the disturbance that we're tracking. Not a whole lot of rain, light rain if we do see it there. Temperatures, though, will be down to the upper 40s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So cooler and actually below normal for this time of year. We can't say that. We haven't seen that in quite some time. It's been a very warm February for us. Increasing clouds on Thursday with a chance of showers back in the forecast for Friday. Back up into the low 50s by the end of the work week there. And I have to say, I love working with you, and we are all friends here. And while I was doing the weather, I heard you guys high-five each other. I was like, what is going on? Love it. This is what goes on behind the scenes here.
It's what goes on in front of the scenes.
I know. It is
We
what
don't
it
hold
is.
back. We don't hold back. You know what I mean?
I did this. I high-fived you. It was a funny story. I was proud of it.
Celebrating. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
Some of Meg's biggest
One of
moments.
my biggest moments that we don't need to publicize completely, but anyway, I know. Just adore these two.
All right. Love. Coming up, the number of endangered wolves is improving in the Northwest, but activists are a little worried that the population is growing too big too quickly.
Plus, mysterious sounds off the Pacific coast, the search for a whale that could be one of a kind. For years now, the Navy and scientists have been hearing the sounds of a mysterious creature off the Pacific coast.
So they say it sounds like a whale, but unlike any whale they've ever heard before. Environmental specialist Gary Chittum shows us the locally driven effort to find out more about the world's loneliest whale.
In the early 90s, the U.S. Navy is listening for sounds of Soviet subs in the Pacific, but instead they get this. In audio terms, that is 52 hertz.
One of the things that the Department of Navy has tried to do is find this other frequency, and there's none in existence. We've never found any other frequency that operates on 52 hertz.
Whales normally communicate on 10 to 25 hertz, and that's what has scientists stumped.
We have 30 operating and 8 in development.
Dwayne Clark is on board. The CEO of a large senior assisted care network met a team of Hollywood producers who want to find the whale dubbed 52.
Now it's believed that this whale has lived his entire life in complete solitude.
You might recognize actor-director Adrian Grenier from the series Entourage. He and director Josh Zeman are raising money through crowdfunding to pay for the search and documentary of the world's loneliest whale.
The fact that he is not being understood, and he is a social being, and that nobody is responding to him.
The trailer for the documentary lays it out, and people like Clark are responding.
I have to think that it's a whale it's a one-off species.
The Navy is sure that there's some kind of creature out there, and of course, this donor is sure that there's some kind of creature out there. What about local scientists? Have they heard it?
Okay, so then this is the sound of a blue whale from the Northeast Pacific to compare.
It's NOAA biologist Marla Holt's job to listen to whales. When she listens to 52, she agrees. Sounds like a whale.
I think it's possible that it is a whale, an unusual whale of some sort, but it would certainly be great to have some more evidence.
All alone, through the Pacific, calling out.
That's what the filmmakers want to do, and that's what Dwayne Clark wants too. But he's also in it for another reason. He thinks it's a metaphor for a human condition.
You know, I take care of the elderly, and one of the greatest diseases that we see in the elderly, and I use the word disease very intentionally, is loneliness.
You get the feeling here, the idea is we may never see whale 52, but maybe by searching for it, we can all feel it. In Seattle, Gary Chittum, King 5 News.
Oregon's wolf population is on the rebound. It's an encouraging sign, but some worry the higher that number climbs, the more likely the wolves will be taken off the endangered species list. A recent count shows there are at least 77 endangered wolves living in Oregon. Now that's up from 64 last year, and just 6 years ago, the state had only one wolf.
Until we see broader geographic distribution, I don't think we'll see the numbers recovering to where they need to be.
Right now, the wolves do meet the criteria for delisting. Now, state biologists will look at that option this spring. They will take things like diversity and habitat into consideration while making that decision.
Up next, Mary Lee is back with another look at the forecast.
And remember, if you see news happening, share it with us. Send us your pictures and videos by emailing them to us at shareit@king5.com.
All right, attention, Harry Potter fans. If you want to see the world's largest private collection of Harry Potter memorabilia, you have to go to Mexico, because it is on display in Mexico City's Antique Toy Museum. The exhibit shows nearly 3,100 pieces that a Mexican lawyer has been collecting for the last 15 years. So you can imagine he's amassed quite a collection. It includes posters, figurines, dolls, clothes, toys related to author J.K. Rowling's fantasy.
Did it say how much money he's put into it?
Wait,
Was
Rowling
that
or
in the
Rowling? I
script?
never know.
Rowling?
J.K. Rowling?
I don't know.
Rowling, I always mix it up.
I think I say rolling.
Really?
Or Rowling.
I don't know.
I think Rowling sounds more British, doesn't it? But
I don't know. Anyway,
Kristen,
there's
do you know?
We digress.
It's not all about her, it's about the memorabilia.
Exactly.
It's pretty cool.
I love Harry Potter.
Do you?
I do.
I'm not familiar with it. So now, this is where I just... well, I'm familiar with it, but I haven't read the book.
I actually...
Now, my daughter wants to start reading the book, so, I mean, I will become familiar with it.
Sure. I just love it.
Okay. Here we go.
I'm a Harry Potter dork.
I love it.
You know.
Dumbledore. I know that. Isn't that something?
It's not my new nickname. All right. Do we have time for weather? I think we do. Yeah.
We do. Okay.
Our producer says begrudgingly.
Yes. Quit the chit chat. Okay, so here's a live look at our Bellevue Tower camera. Beautiful as we start off the day with sunny skies. We'll continue to see the sun as we head through the afternoon. And we have seen some gusty winds, especially through the overnight hours. And we're going to continue to see the winds relax. But Bellingham, a wind gust of 35 miles per hour. Seattle, Madison Middle School there, 31. Port Orchard at South Kitsap Senior High School at 28 mile per hour wind gust there. So we'll see breezy conditions, and then again, the winds easing to about northerly winds, about 10 to 15 miles per hour. We'll talk about the rest of the weekend forecast coming up.
Okay, we'll check back, Mary. Thanks. Sure. We have much more coming up in our next hour of King 5 Morning News. Meantime, here's a live look at a pretty bare. Is that Snoqualmie House? Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
It's all like green.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Diamond. Well, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed making it and watching it. And I hope that you, hey, at least you could subscribe to my kind of strange channel, but it's good. It's a real good one. And it has a lot of me in there, which is worth the money right there. Anyway, please enjoy it, and I'm really looking hard to find that last day of Meg Coyle, because I know it was a good one. I watched it, and I'm afraid my TiVo had deleted it, but it should still be on my computer, I'm hoping, somewhere. Anyway, bye, and give a comment, because I'd love to hear from you. The Seattle Dream Team, or the Good Man's Dream Team. Okay, talk to you soon. I hope. Someday, maybe. Shut up.